Hello, everybody. My name is Jax West, and on Facebook we have Stephen Avery Project, MAM Gossip, and Justice with Jax. And we are here today for our Wednesdays at 1. It is 1 p.m. Central Time. Um, to cover wrongful convictions. And today we are going to talk about some drama. Imagine that drama in this case, in the Stephen Avery case. This one is very kind of tough for me to talk about because the intention of Stephen's family and the minions of Stephen's family is to hurt Stephen. And I originally was just going to ignore this subject altogether because if you give it it stays around, right? So if you just ignore it, it'll go away. And I kept having people message me about this. And then I was sent screenshots where my name's been brought into the mix as usual because, you know, if anything's going on, it's always me, right? Because, I'm one of those who obsesses on this 24/7 and never have anything else to do. We would discuss it a little bit, but I'm also going to be kind of a douchebag and being cryptic because I the original thing, like I said, any more life. And those of you who are investigators, researchers, whatever you call yourselves, either you already know about what I'm about to discuss, or it's going to be very easy for you to do your own research and find out what I'm referring to. All right. So somebody sent me screenshots of a post that one of his top minions posted to slam Steven. The family has been threatening to slam Steven for years now. That they were going to expose him, that they had stuff on him, blah, blah, blah. This chick for years, where they do this whole thing of they prey on the Stephen Avery supporters or the Making a Murderer supporters, yet saying Stephen and saying he's guilty. And so Stephen's niece, Carla, Chuck's daughter, who, when Making a Murderer came out, she crowned herself the family spokesperson. He's there. Family spokesperson. She's not speaking for Stephen or for Brendan. She's speaking for the family. That nobody, but she did it and raised money for herself too. In the process with the person who made this post too. Both of them profited from the rally at Carla's house the first year. I don't know what they've done since. And Karen and Brenda. I'm doing all right. These people also run. Oh, it keeps buffering on my end. It's fine this time. Knock on wood. So they have a guilter group. For those who are not deep into Making a Murderer, Stephen Avery, that's what people call Stephen and or Brendan are guilty. Easy to figure out. Hello, Laura. So, which I've never understood on why the family that again is preying on supporters would be admins and posting and be each other with people who say that your family are guilty of rape and murder. Carla's excuse will always be, "I can't control everybody." Um, so that's one of her lines. "I can't control everybody, and people are entitled to their opinions." True and true. But if you're gonna talk about my family like that, I'm not having anything to do with. So that dog won't hunt. That excuse, no, sorry, you know, but, she always does the, "Oh, I'm the martyr, poor woe is me. I can't control these people." I know what she does behind the scenes because once upon a time, I was right there behind the scenes. So, like, I know she has one person whose role it is to not post on social media at all, so they can infiltrate all the different groups and nobody will be able to connect that person to her. It's so dumb. Whatever. You know, this. So what just came out this last week is they posted a bunch of alleged pictures of Steven. Totally out of context. Don't know where these pictures come from. Don't know if the pictures are even real. And it is Steven with different females, which to me, they're hugging. What one picture's got arms around each other and another one wrestling. From these pictures, we're now supposed to be thinking of Steven as somebody who abuses women. That's what that comes down to, these stupid pictures. And Carla's friend posted them claiming, "Oh, well, because they've now fallen into sons, now I'll go public with them." Well, how do they fall into anybody else's hands if these are real photos? Because the photos are private. Like, these aren't photos that are in the news or, things like family, if the pictures are even real, would have had to have given them to somebody. Yeah, Marine wife, you're saying buffering badly and Jen's saying buffering. On my end, every don't know what's going on. I've got full everything here. Um, so for these pictures to get out, hello, Andrea, family had to have given it to somebody. And the guy they're blaming it on, saying because that person then also in this Gilter group posted it. So the history of this guy, he actually used to be a supporter and went up to Manitou, got a crush on a girl, um, at the rally, and who was married, but she would have affairs all the time. Um, but so he got this crush on this girl and now became her attack dog. And this girl was running an alleged support page for Steven. And she'd even come to my house because I used to back then on the Free Brendan page. I would have regular live videos where we would discuss the case and people who were local to me could come to my house and sit and we would all discuss it together and it would be live. And so this girl and her husband came to one of my lives and she and her husband both told me that they think Steven is guilty. Blah blah blah. So that's who this guy was originally connected to, is that. And when I then outed this girl for being a guilter disguising as a supporter to just get what she could get out of the community, That guy came after me, and he sent me a threat. I've posted the screenshots before on Facebook of our texting back and forth when he was threatening me. But he was then knew where I lived and, all this crap. And at that time, I was a moderator for Barb's page, and I was friends time. And Barb was so freaked out by this guy's threats. I didn't see him as any threat whatsoever. He lives in Boston. Who cares? Um, But Barb had me go to the police and file a report against him. So then the police had to contact him and blah 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 and all that stuff. And so this guy ever since, so this was like 5 years ago or whatever. Long time ago. Um he bashes me on Twitter all the time and in the Gilter Facebook groups. Don't care. So this guy now has these alleged pictures. How would he get personal family photos unless gave him those pictures? And I'm not sharing the photo, going into detail with the photos. If anybody tried to post these pictures on any of my pages, we will delete them because pictures prove nothing. They show nothing, and it is just a way for Carla and her people and her guilter friends to try and make Steven look bad. Because for whatever reason, they just need to protect the real family killers. And the Boston douche brought my name into it, by just, saying things, doesn't understand why Steven would have supporters that are so dedicated to him, and I was one of the names he listed. So, um, so let me explain to you why Steven would have a supporter like my, because all of the evidence shows that he is innocent and he is in prison for something he didn't do for the second time. That's why. Nan. The photos, yeah, Nan, and like I said, all you researchers, I'm sure you can go find them, but I'm not posting them. They look weird to me. So, I don't know their authenticity, and I don't know the context. You're How does that equal he's a bad guy, somebody? It's no different than what the state had tried doing with Stephen and Brendan by wrestled with Brendan, and they were trying to make that out like it was something sexual. When if you follow the case, you know how much Brendan loves. So wrestling is a common thing in the family. That doesn't mean you're a predator and you kill people. And it's just interesting to me that a person posting is the minion of Carla Chase, who calls herself the family spokesperson and is supposed she makes these posts all the time. If somebody wants to say something about Bobby, she's quick to come to his defense. This is my family, and we're not going to let anybody our family, and we're going to defend our family. But you don't defend Steven. And you keep trying to do anything you to make Steven look like a bad guy. If they don't like Steven, I've said that for years. I am not saying Steven is a saint by any stretch. Being on the premises when somebody burns a cat doesn't mean you rape and murder and dismember a girl you don't know. We know Steven's not the one that threw the cat in the fire, he's the one that took the blame for it. Not making excuses, those are facts. So because Steven is wrestling with a female or has his arm around a female, it doesn't mean there's explicit going on there, and that it proves Steven is a raper, not a raper or a murderer. But why is the family so desperate to keep the finger pointed at Steven? If it was just the douche from Boston posting it, who's a guilter, whatever. But again, get these personal family pictures. Still, family's gonna give it to him. Um, but you claim you care about Steven and you do this. I find it so sickening. And I like I said, I wanted to ignore it because I don't wanna give this latest drama any life, but people keep messaging me, and it pisses me off that these are out there to try and destroy Steven again. Like, enough hasn't happened already. Ya took his mother away from him, and he didn't get to talk to his mother before she died. How can you get any lower than that? His mother, his only rock in his life. You took his mom away, and now you want his supporters to turn on him by posting personal family pictures and claiming these pictures prove. I just well, no, I do understand. I was gonna say I never understand. It's the family doesn't want to completely get rid of Steven, um, because there's still supporters. There's new people who watch Making a Murderer every day. At Stephen Avery Project on Facebook, every day we get messages or comments from people who say, "Oh my god, I just saw this. I can't believe this injustice, blah." And I don't know about all you all that are watching this, but I know my I first watched the case, I'm instantly feeling bad for the family and wanna help them, and reaching out and the things that my husband and I did to help that family, because we didn't know everything at that time. So, money was given to them, things were bought for them, and to this day, people still send them gifts, gas cards, um, stir. Right, Paula. Paula's saying, "Could they be doing this to take the spotlight and conversation off of," and then she lists all the names of the letter that Stephen put out recently of different family members. And Stephen has said the entire time, he's just gonna go where the evidence takes the case, and if it goes to his family, it goes to his family. Why should he be in prison then for something his family did? If the evidence is pointing to his family, it shouldn't be him sitting there, no. But he also defends his family a lot. Um, over the years with all the fights I have had with Steven's family, the issues back together because Steven called me and asked me to, because this is his family. So then Carla and I talked on the phone and I gave her my ground rules on, our, peace will be, so here are the rules, which were can't make money off of Steven. No more of these fundraisers for you all to profit for yourself. Done. And they did it anyway. And I'm just not cool with that. And I know Steven's not cool with that. But when Steven and I would talk, and we would talk about his family, and he would say things that his family have done that are not cool, but then he would say at the end of it, "But it's my family." So, it might be one of those things of, I can say what I want about my family, but you better not, o type deals, So I tried at one point to respect his wishes and, alright, allowed Carla to start commenting on Stephen Avery project because she loves the attention and to feel like she's the big know-it-all. Um, um, sorry, got distracted by the text message. Um, I you know, I tried to make those amends, tried to make it work where it's, anybody who's a supporter of Stephen, especially family, should just be about supporting Stephen and putting all the information out there that supports his innocence, right? That's pretty simple. But that's not what they do time and time again. And it's just they are so adamant in defending Bobby Dassey. They defended Stephen just a fraction of that. Then maybe I could say they defend all their family. So they're bad about any family member. Okay, well then you could kind of get it. But that's not the case. They're constant, and poor Brendan just gets lost. Call way back when that I had even called uh shadow, because I don't think Brendan gets the attention that he should. And so another article at one time where it was, just get to know um Brendan. So I had talked with Brendan and I asked him things like, what's your favorite color, what's your favorite holiday, what's your favorite Pokemon, what's your favorite food, just those kind of innocent questions, you know, to know Brendan for Brendan, not Brendan who's in prison because he's attached to his uncle. And Brendan gets used by his family as well. And I know that they put out some letter recently saying Brendan wants all his supporters to know they're not to talk bad about his brother and blah blah blah. Yeah, because he's gonna believe and do what his mom tells him to. Nan says Truth Train is coming full force. Yesterday's Colborn versus Netflix filing now has Griesbach in a pickle. Ooh. Ooh, I'll have to look into that one. I think I saw some kinda headline about that, Nan, yesterday, but I never looked into it. Um, but yeah, so that has something to do with Griesbach's book, right? Um, did we ever read that one? we've done videos before, so, like, what's his face's book, Kratz's book. I read it. We did live videos where I read it, so you didn't have to buy it. Don't give that guy any, and we read that book, and then we also read Wrecking Crew, and we read, Buting's book. So, you could possibly find those videos here, or I don't know if they were done on Facebook. Nan says, "People need to stop sending letters regarding the case." Correct. I always tell people, "Ooh, you Millbilly? Sweet." Um, if you write to not just Stephen and Brendan, if you write to any inmate, don't talk to them about their cases. They 24/7. Let's not discuss that. Talk to them about anything else. Anything else. Tell them about yourself, family, you know the things that they like. Talk to that yesterday. 3 filings yesterday. Mhm. Okay, Millbilly. I guess we'll have to do a live video on that after I get educated on the filings. So you never know, maybe I'll pop on tomorrow, after I look into that stuff. Um, but I just really wanted to go live today on this, crap that is being put out to try and make supporters turn on Steven. It's the I feel like what was that guy's name for Britney Spears? "Leave Britney alone." Is that gonna be my YouTube moment? "Leave Steven alone." It's just so aggravating to me, and that the family are the ones masterminding the whole thing to try and hurt Steven, who's been in prison since 2005. And yesterday, right, yesterday was Teresa Halbach's birthday, and by not looking at the evidence, all the evidence, that is not justice for Teresa. Want to know what truly happened to Teresa Halbach and not just go by crazy story that Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department, who already put Steven in prison for something he didn't do and is now in depositions for his wrongful conviction, are a part of. Evidence. There's Lincoln Colborn. Colborn's calling in her plates. Colborn. Colborn was told in the Penny Bernstein case, "You've got the wrong person." Doesn't even write Making a Murderer comes out. Lincoln Colborn, Lincoln Colborn. Lincoln Colborn, find the key. Why would Stevens have the key there? He's got no reason to hide it anywhere. It could just be sitting anywhere. It's a frickin' junkyard with keys all over the place. He lives alone. He doesn't have to hide a key anywhere. And why would Hello, Melinda. Why would Steven, if he's gotta go to Crivets that weekend? No sense. Nothing makes any sense. Just from Scott Toddick. Colborn, such an idiot. Nan says, Remacher asked Colborn if he got anything back on those plates, and he answered, they are all just a bunch of liars, and stopped at nothing. I can only find articles from last year about the Netflix versus Colborn. Anyone have a link to most recent filing? Well, I guess you could look at Millbilly's got a YouTube channel. Is it just called Millbilly? Um, so I would guess you could go on his YouTube, and I think he's got a Twitter too. I don't really tweet. I mean, just the Twitters, and sometimes I'll put stuff on there, but I not a twatter as so but I think he's on there too, and he's on put him. So I speak for him. But I think that's what I'll do too then when I'm done with this video. I will look into that stuff, and maybe we'll do a live at this time tomorrow going over those filings. Okay. When are you going live, Millbilly? Do you have a time yet? So if you have a time, go ahead and tell people. But so you can go to his live today, and then if I'm going live tomorrow, then you have to come back here tomorrow and and watch me too. I don't have his book. I think I read his book. I didn't have to give him any money. But I know I've covered things before, um, that, Griesbach has done different interviews, um, and on different shows. So, but they're just all scumbags. All scumbags. So let me bring it back to why I made the pictures about Steven trying to claim that this is showing he's a bad. You need to look more into it. And just seeing a picture of something, it doesn't give you the context and it doesn't tell you any text. So I am not going to go off of what a guilter or a family member who keeps doing anything they can to keep the finger pointed at Steven is going to say and post about Steven. So, um, and let me end this video with Melissa Kaluzinski update. Not that there's really anything, because I did do the video last week after my visit with her. But she's feeling all right, and she just keeps, her hopes up that she'll get a court date soon. So, and she's happy that the weather is getting nicer, and that with the job that she has at the prison, that she can get outside and enjoy the weather. So, just always keep Melissa in your thoughts, and anything that happens on Melissa's case, if we find out she's got a date or anything going on there, um, we'll break it to you as soon as it comes out. And listen to Paula, believe none of what you see and only half of what you hear. Good advice. So, all right, then I'm going to call this one to a close. We're not rambling on. Remember to like and subscribe to this channel, so then maybe you'll get a notification for when I go live. We try to go live Wednesdays at 1. We will post on our Facebook pages and let you know for sure when we are. Nan had a dream last night that so, and I'm going to look up this lawsuit, and maybe we will go live tomorrow if I get it and I have the time tomorrow. We'll make a post on our Facebook pages to let you know for sure that I'm going live. So our Facebook pages again are Stephen Avery Project. We have the Stephen Avery Project page and the closed group. Then we have the drama group called MAM Gossip. And then there's Justice with Jax, where we can talk about any case, not just Stephen's case. So, so you're free on the Justice with Jax pages to discuss anything you want. But Melinda, sometimes they did. I never know how it works. But hopefully, if you subscribe, you'll Most of the time. Let's hope most of the time you get a notification when I go live. But just figure that's why we try to keep it Wednesdays at 1, so at least it's consistent that you know to look for it then in case I get busy in real life and can't do it, or I'm just lazy and don't wanna go, to the office here and do a video and wanna just lay on my couch downstairs. So, all right, I'm out. I guess truly investigation continues because I'm going to look up those documents and maybe we'll go live tomorrow. Thank you everybody for joining me today. We'll maybe see you tomorrow.